Even while it is sometimes said that our cosmos is eternally large, there are definite limits, many of which mankind has previously struggled to surpass. However, with the development of the James Webb Telescope, researchers have been able to surpass these restrictions and produce novel findings that at once appeared unthinkable. Watch this video to learn about the startling finding that the James Webb Telescope made at the edge of the cosmos. The James Webb Telescope's features. Scientists had great expectations for the James Webb Telescope when it was launched on December 25, 2021, as the most expensive space observatory instrument ever made. From the time of the Big Bang to the present, the Webb was supposed to take us on a tour of the evolution of stars, galaxies, and the universe itself. And the James Webb Telescope hasn't looked back at all since the day this endless adventure of discovery got underway. Nobody should be surprised by this. Scientists predicted that the James Webb Telescope will be 100 times more powerful and complex than the venerable Hubble Space Telescope before it launched into space. Typically, the Hubble Space Telescope can see light even at the furthest reaches of the cosmos. However, there are several ways in which Webb's ability to record the flimsy light from the early galaxies is exceptional. This may be due to the fact that a Webb detects infrared radiation from celestial objects in the cosmos. Science informs us that infrared wavelengths are longer than visible light wavelengths. Other telescopes, such as the Hubble Space Telescope, view the cosmos at optical and ultraviolet wavelengths. This makes it possible for the James Webb Telescope to observe the whole sky in a calendar year. The James Webb Telescope is well equipped with cutting-edge space exploration technology. Its main mirror is an 18-section, 6.5-meter gold-plated spyglass that is shielded from the complexity of the outside world. Scientists covered this particular spyglass with sheets of aluminum-coated plastic that resembled parasols. The James Webb Telescope was developed from a concept to its current state by more than 1,200 engineers and technicians from 14 different nations. Webb's near-infrared camera, to mention a few, was put together by academics at the University of Arizona. The near-infrared spectrograph was created by the European Space Agency, ESA, while the mid-infrared sensor was a collaboration between the ESA and the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL. The Canadian Space Agency, also known as the CSA, created and constructed the fine-guiding sensor with an adjustable filter module. Such is the intricate division of work needed to construct the most powerful telescope ever. Whereas the universe's outermost point, the edges of stars and galaxies at the edge of transparency, the edge of neutral atoms, and of course the edge of the cosmos, sometimes known as the cosmic horizon, are all actual features of the universe. The limit of the known universe is the line dividing what humans can currently view from what we cannot. The observable cosmos is currently 90 billion light-years across. Numerous random stars and galaxies like our own are said to reside beyond this barrier, according to experts. Our capacity to travel past the edge of the cosmos was previously constrained by our technical constraints. We now have better access to examine these unexplored regions thanks to the recently launched James Webb Telescope. Watching the universe's edge. One of the most challenging tasks facing cosmic astronomers is to see the universe's edge. This is due to the fact that the cosmic microwave background, also known as CMD, which is the electromagnetic radiation left over from the Big Bang that occurred about 14 billion years ago, is the source of the invisible light that directs our way to view the furthest region of space. However, despite these restrictions, researchers have discovered several important objects beyond the cosmic horizon. The galaxy known as Able 2744 White 1 is one of the first objects our limited eyes have seen at the edge of the universe. The Able 2744 White 1 galaxy is all shades of special, not just because it is situated in the area of our universe that appears to be invisible, but also because of the difficulty in exploring it. It is an incredibly far-off galaxy known as Able 2744 White 1 that was found by a team of international researchers as a part of NASA's Frontier Fields program. In actuality, it takes light from the galaxy 13 billion years to reach our planet. The cosmos itself is just 13.8 billion years old as a point of comparison. This makes its finding a type of scientific marvel. Astronomers had to combine the three other telescopes in order to find the hidden galaxy at the end of the cosmos, since the James Webb Telescope was still under construction when Able 2744 White 1 was located. The legendary Hubble Space Telescope, the Chandra X-ray Observatory, and Spitzer are the three telescopes that are engaged. We were able to observe Able 2744 White exactly as it was 650 million years ago, thanks to the work done by these cutting-edge satellite observatory devices. But how is it even conceivable? Well, a scientist just needed to combine the capabilities of each telescope to accomplish the task, and that was more than enough. As was already known, The Hubble Space Telescope can see objects at optical and ultraviolet wavelengths, enabling it to detect even the tiniest light throughout the cosmos. An infrared observatory, the Spitzer Space Telescope gathers light from areas that are inaccessible to optical observatories. Additionally, it was able to recognize light coming from colder objects, and scientists were able to gather more information for the research with the use of Chandra X-ray technology. These factors taken together resulted in the finding of this galaxy. Abell 2744 White 1 is actually fairly little. It is nearly 50 times smaller than the Milky Way galaxy, which has a diameter of about 100,000 light-years and a diameter of 2,300 light-years. However, despite its little size, it contains a considerable number of stars. Based on scientific evidence, 10 times more stars are produced in this galaxy than in the Milky Way. Actually, in the young cosmos, this is typical for galaxies. It is known that Abell 2744 White 1 has a redshift of 8. A redshift is essentially the movement of an astronomical object spectrum toward longer or redder wavelengths. Consider liking and subscribing to our channel to watch more thrilling films like this one before we transition on to the next section of the video to bring you more frightful discoveries at the end of the cosmos. Let's move on from the furthest supernova ever detected to the most distant galaxy ever found. The Day 16 C2CM Standard. An international group of astronomers reported the discovery of Day 16 C2CM in an article they published in the Astrophysical Journal in February 2018. The farthest remote supernova that humans are aware of. Supernovas are the brightest and most powerful explosions ever seen in space. A supernova is the explosive explosion of a star at the conclusion of its life cycle. Supernovas often occur in a fraction of a second. However, they produce a lot of energy, which makes them extremely hazardous. To put things in perspective, a supernova may produce more energy in a few seconds than our sun would produce in its entire lifespan. When a massive star that is 30 times the mass of the sun bursts, the result is much more disastrous. It is known that this occurrence, known as a hypernova, produces 10 to 100 times more power than a supernova. It's interesting to note that according to a scientist, the Day 16 C2CM supernova, which is also known as a hypernova, was initially spotted in August 2016 while being surveyed for dark energy. It's interesting to note that the Day 16 C2CM is around 10.5 billion years away from our planet. Since our universe was created 13.8 billion years ago, the light from this extraordinarily bright supernova, like Abell 2744 White, started traveling through the expanse of space not long after our cosmos did. A group of potent cosmic observatory devices collaborated to find the Day 16 C2CM. They consist of Chile's enormous telescope. The Keck Observatory is in Hawaii, as is the enormous Magellan Telescope, which is also situated in Chile. Over 400 experts from all over the world collaborated on this groundbreaking effort for 5 years. Due to the rarity of supernova explosions, it is a challenging task to take on. The Milky Way galaxy experiences 1 or 2 supernovae on average every 100 years. Scientists have, however, been fortunate enough to discover a few supernova explosions close to galaxies. In space exploration, luck does in fact matter a lot. Conclusion. The greatest famous scientific discoveries in the universe have occasionally been the result of chance. In 2016, Margarita Bettinelli, while doing research for her PhD thesis on the star population of the Sculptor Dwarf Galaxy, found an Einstein ring. A similar scenario occurred when Dr. Harold White and a team from Reese were investigating Casimir's cavities and unintentionally found a real-life war bubble. The James Webb Telescope, however, is the most potent and sophisticated space telescope, giving researchers the opportunity to make even more extraordinary discoveries beyond the edge of space. Why do you think the James Webb Telescope is important? Is it the most innovative tool ever created for space exploration? Right, say yes or no in the comments area, like our channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling videos like this one.